So Erling, good to be back.
Yeah, so good to play Premier League football again, and special moment for me.
To be back in Leeds as well, the place where you were born. I spoke to your dad before the game. He said that whilst you don't remember much about being here, it does have a special place in your heart. So to do that here must be even better.
Yeah, it's a bit unreal, to be honest. Really special moment with all my family on the tribune, and yeah, what more can I say? It was really special.
You're the fastest player ever in any Premier League season to 20 goals. How many do you think you can score this year?
Honestly, I don't think of this. I could have scored, I think, 3 more today, so I could have had 5 today. But I scored another 2. We won the game. That's the most important. We have to win every game now. And yeah, now is the time that we will see who is actually the best team. So we have to win games.
When you look at your team playing this way, and you could have scored more, like you said, the whole team could have scored more. There is so much potential in this side. Do you feel like now is the time that you are going to show that?
Yeah, I feel good. As I had a vacation, I've been charging my batteries, and I'm ready for the second half of the season. And I feel good. We win. That's fantastic. That's what we have to do, and that's the main focus.
Well done today.
Thank you. Thank you. Just what the Manchester City fans want to hear. I'm not sure the rest of the Premier League does, that he's had a vacation and he's recharged his batteries.
Oh, my word. What a player. What a player. Do you know what I took from that, and what I really, really enjoyed hearing, right? He scored 2 goals. He was relatively quiet in terms of his overall gameplay. He linked up the play really well when he was involved. But the thing that he mentioned first, I'm not happy with only 2 goals. I should have had 3 more. I love that mentality, because
is that just the goal scorer's mentality?
That's a ruthless mentality, a monster's mentality. And that guy, don't know if you know this, he's going places.
Bold statement, Jay. Bold statement.
One I'm going to have to stand beside.
I mean, the numbers are crazy now, aren't they, already?
It's just scary when you look at the numbers and to think, like we all said, he's a third of the season through. There's still 2 more thirds to go. So if he keeps up on this sort of form, where he's going to score 2 out of 5 chances all the time, it's going to be scary for a lot of teams that he's coming up again.
Leeds gave him a helping hand here, though, Jay, didn't they?
Yeah, it was. One of the first things you're taught is not to play square passes if you're playing in defence. And, you know, Liam Cooper, the captain, Robin Koch there as well, I don't think they're aware of what's going on around them. But the frustrating thing has to be where Jack Grealish is here. You know, Halland closes him in, but Jack Grealish is already on the go, ready to pounce, you know, setting those traps. And he's down on a little bit of confidence, I think. Otherwise he would have gone for goal. But ultimately he took the right choice, squaring the ball to Erling Haaland. Brilliant forward play, great closing down. Frustrating from a Leeds perspective. I think it should have bypassed Robin Koch and gone into the fullback. But you know, we're clutching at straws. You know, it was great closing down, great trap setting from City.
I thought it was just beautiful around, but I have to agree with Jay with, like he said, I think he can see that Grealish has already started his momentum forward. So from you see that and you have the ball at your feet, you can't play that square pass, because if it's that half a yard short, the chances are Grealish gets there first, because he's got to run on the defender, and the defender's on a standstill start. And that's exactly what happened. And then when you get through there, you expect Grealish to try and take it on himself, but you know he's going to pass, just like he said, because of the confidence he had in that game after missing the chances. He wanted to make sure this chance went in the back of the net, because obviously that was the difference between giving them some breathing space.
And that was Grealish to Halland, just as it was for Haaland's second as well.
Yeah, and this is what he can bring to the table. I think when you're getting Jack in these dangerous areas, sometimes he can see things. But this is a great turn from Halland, and all the defenders think he's going to do what he normally does and get in a box, and he just holds his run perfectly. And what I love about this is the connection he makes on his weak foot. Like, where you can just see his body technique there, his knees over the ball, his head's over the ball, and he gets exactly what he wants on it. If you compare that to the 2 similar chances that Jack had in the first half, you could see he was leaning back on pretty much all of them. And if he's got that sort of technique, which obviously is a striker, so it's more natural for him, the chances are it's a goal.
So, As we've mentioned, he is the fastest ever to 20 Premier League goals. Not just the fastest, he's broken the record by 7 games. It was held by Kevin Phillips, who got 20 in 21, which is extremely admirable. And then look at some of the other names on that list: Andy Cole, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Diego Costa. But Erling Haaland has got there in just 14 matches.
That's mental. Absolutely mental. But the thing that I love about it, he's not happy or content with that. He wants more and more and more. This guy, he's somebody that could easily end up with 50 Premier League goals this season. You know, if he continues on this sort of...
I hope you're right there.
Huh?
Being a City fan, I hope you're right.
Well, being a neutral fan, I hope I'm right as well. Honestly, he's from a striker's angle perspective, I'm willing him on. I want him to do well. I want to see how far he can go, because we're seeing the guy at the beginning of his Premier League career. You know, this could go absolutely anywhere. He could become... He could top Alan Shearer's 260 Premier League goals. He could, if he continues on this run without getting injured as well.
I think, do you know what I love about it the most? The fact that he's scoring those goals, he's showing the appreciation to the players like Mahrez, Kevin De Bruyne,
That are setting him up.
Yeah, like it makes players like that want to try and play him in all the time, because they know there's an end product at the end of it. They're never going to shy away from it, whether it's a difficult pass or not. It's just beautiful to see, just like you said, as a neutral, the way they play football, because he can make one run and a pass might be kind of impossible, but you know they're going to try it, because they know if they get it right, the chances are this could be a goal and it could be the 3-point difference.
Like he's one of these players. He doesn't only score tap-ins from inside the 6-yard box. He scores goals with his foot level with his head. He scores them off his backside. He scores left, right, and centre, and it's a wide variety of different style of goals and types of goals from different areas on the pitch as well. And it's truly amazing. It really is amazing what he's been able to achieve.
And he's got 3 hat-tricks already, and he's already pretty...
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
He's already pretty admitted himself he should have had 4. 4th hat-trick tonight.
Yeah, but it goes back to our conversation in general. No matter how many goals he scores, if he's missed 3 chances in that game, he will be mad at himself. Like this one, that touch, he wanted to get an extra touch just to change the angle a little bit, and he just missed the ball, and I don't think it was positioned where he thought it would be, which kind of left him to scuff it a little bit. But he'll be more angry at that than happy about scoring the 2 goals. The part he's happy about, I feel, with scoring those 2 goals is this kind of guaranteed City the 3 points. But in general, like he said in his interview, he was gutted that he didn't score 5 goals today, whereas any other striker would just be happy I came away with 2 goals.
He's only 22. He's played 202 games in club football. He's now scored 161 goals to this point.
And he's had a nice little rest as well while the World Cup's been going on.
That's good.
So this could be anything. You know, he could genuinely... We've heard many times lots of people talking about how good he is, where he could possibly end up, how many goals he could finish up with. But I think we're gonna. I think we're gonna see something similar to Ronaldo and Messi in terms of those sort of numbers between himself and Kylian Mbappe, and you know that excites me from a footballing fan, from a neutral footballing fan. That sort of thing excites me, and that's why I'm willing him on to do well. Hopefully not against Leeds next time he plays, but I'm looking forward to seeing what he can achieve.
There's every chance it will be against Leeds next time he plays. You're right about the players around him, and I think that probably, no disrespect to the others, the one he appreciates the most is Kevin De Bruyne, because right from the off we've seen this link up, and it was evident again tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's a beautiful thing to watch, because I think it's something that Kevin De Bruyne in this team has missed, because he's always had to play really cute balls, whereas now he can hit areas that he knows, as you see in this one, that he knows he's going to be. And this is just a sublime ball. That is unbelievable, the weight on that and everything. And there you expect Halland to finish, but it's just, he just knows where he is at all times. Like, I think he almost paints a picture of where he's going to go and where he imagines Halland will be. And they seem to just marry up perfectly. Like, even here, how do you get the ball through? He's passed it through somebody's legs, and it gets a goal at the end of it. So I think that we've seen that link up, even though it didn't really work to start off with in the Community Shield, but you saw what they was trying to do. And then it just hit the ground running against West Ham straight away. And it's just got better and better and better and better.
That's a really interesting point you make. You feel it's made Kevin De Bruyne even better because perhaps last season when they were playing with the false nine, those balls weren't available to him because there was nobody there.
Yeah, I think it's gave him that string to the bow that he's always wanted. I always looked at when, I think it was Rom, when he had a really good World Cup. All those balls in behind were played by Kevin De Bruyne. Like, he can play all those little cute 1-2s and the little sneaky passes, but if
He's got to have the player there to play it to.
And if you know he can go in behind you as well, it gives him some other options. So even if those ones are blocked off, Halland just runs in behind. He's got the quality to do that, whereas before that option wasn't always there.
Yeah, absolutely. But there's two elements to that, and it's Kevin De Bruyne's perspective, where he doesn't have to think about it now. Every time he picks the ball up, and we saw in the clips, because every single time he picked the ball up, took the first touch, he knew exactly where Haaland was. But the same when you look at it from the other perspective, you look at every time De Bruyne took the first touch, Haaland was looking at him, saying, "I know where you're going to put it." He doesn't. You'll never see him pointing where he wants the ball. He's not going to give that away. He's just going to make his run around the corner, around the defender, in behind the defender, and he knows the ball's coming to him. Like you said, he could find him. It's like a needle in a haystack pass at times as well from Kevin De Bruyne, but it works because both of them are on the same page, and it is making both of them even better. It's exciting, really is.
Fascinating. And I'm sure one man delighted about that is the Manchester City boss. Here he is, Pep Guardiola.
Pep, your assessment of that in the first half especially, you were on fire, weren't you?
I played really well against this team in this stadium. We make an incredible performance. Second half, when it was a bit more open, they pushed a little bit more, we lost some balls. But in general, we make a fantastic performance.
What were the things in particular that pleased you about the performance?
Our build-up, our patience to go outside, to go to the other side, to find inside when we could it. The relation between Rico Lewis and Rodri was perfect. Yeah, we make an exceptional game.
A word about Jack Grealish. He missed a couple of chances in the first half, but showed the resolve to keep going and set up 2 goals for Erling after that.
Yeah, definitely. Made 2 assists. When he has the ball, he allowed us to give an extra pass. When we can rest the ball with Riyad and Jack, we can have the tempo much better. But he has to be ambitious, so he has to score the goals. So he has to make a click in his mind. He be competitor and an aggression to say, okay, I can score goals because I have the quality to do it.
I know that everyone asks you about Erling a lot, but it's another statistic, fastest ever to 20 Premier League goals in a season. What can we say?
Yeah, a lot of goals. He could have scored more.
Yeah.
But he helped us a lot and always an incredible threat. And yeah, that's good.
That 3rd goal in particular, that was almost trademark Manchester City, wasn't it? The passing, the moving, the finishing.
Yeah, in general, all the game. We moved for many years we are doing, and we continue to do it.
Was this a good game in terms of the first Premier League game back for you after the World Cup? A real atmosphere, a real test?
Well, the first game was against Liverpool.
But the first Premier League game back, I mean?
Yeah, definitely. It's not after World Cup. Nobody knows how we are going to react and go to Leeds away. The way they were playing lately. So I saw the game we played here against Arsenal, how difficult it was for Arsenal. They won in Anfield, so as a team, or do you allowed to do what you want to do? It's so difficult, but today with the ball we were playing.
Was the only slight frustration the goal that you gave away, and then that they had a little period where they could have maybe made it 3-2 when overall you should have been out of sight given how dominant you were?
Yeah, 3-2 and 6-1 before. Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
You're very welcome.
Happy New Year.
I think he was alluding to the chances that went begging for Manchester City more.
I think
could have been.
I think you would be though, wouldn't you? As a manager, like you can relieve pressure not only from your team, but just the players in general. So I think if they could have put the game to bed in the first half, they would have.
Manchester City again. We saw him asked about Newcastle and Arsenal before the game. He said we can't influence that, but you can tell he knows he's got competitors. He knew they had to win tonight.
Yeah, you could see it. There were moments in the first half, especially where before they got the first goal, he was a little bit agitated. You could sense the agitation in him. You could sense the frustration that they hadn't put away the chances that Grealish had or that Haaland hadn't taken either. As soon as the goal went in, it was a moment of relief for him. Half-time came in instantly, and then you saw a different City come out. Obviously, the early goal in the second half kind of cemented that fact, and he was able to get the guys playing the type of football that we become accustomed to seeing, which is entertainment. You know, ball possession, moving it very quickly, getting the key players on the ball, drawing free kicks, drawing passes, and that sort of stuff. So he'll be very relieved. But, you know, there's still 5 points off Arsenal. Same games as well. So, you know, he's going to be looking at when Arsenal are going to drop points, we need to make sure we maintain winning these games, playing the type of football that's attractive, but most importantly, picking up the points.
Yeah, after those 15 shots in the first half, Rodri's goal was really important looking back, wasn't it?
It was very important, and I just feel like sometimes these are the goals that you need that can possibly put you in the right place to win titles. But that, like again, that turn from Gundogan was just unbelievable. And then you got Kevin, when he's on the ball, most things are always possible, and he always seems to pick the right pass. And then Rodri just carries his run on, and he gets a tap in. And even then, I still think Mignolet got a hand to it.
Mignolet?
No, sorry, not Mignolet. sorry.
He's not at Leeds.
Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, it's just like here, the touch outside, and he just drifts in. He doesn't sprint, he just drifts in and the ball pops back to him. But you need goals like this. And I remember, I think he scored a similar one at the Emirates last season, where it was in the dying moments of the game, although this one was in the first half. These are the goals that win you titles.
Yeah, it's frustrating for me, but it definitely is. He's a key player, Rodri. He's a key player. He does everything. You know, he gives everybody else the opportunity to express themselves in the way that that City enjoy doing as well. You know, Kevin De Bruyne, he affords him the freedom to get up and down the pitch, a little bit more attacking sense. Defensively, he's solid. Fills those gaps, cleans up really well, gives the ball to the ball players. He's a special talent.